Hey guys, it's me, Eric Newman here with Bubble Life. So today I want to talk to you guys about the Oculus Rift and the GearVR. So a lot of people in the virtual reality community and the Bubble community in general are up in arms about the cost, the price that was announced for the Oculus Rift earlier this week. So basically the Rift is going to be $599. It's going to be $600, and Palmer Luckey, the founder of Oculus, has been saying that it's going to be $350. Now, this was not smart. He has publicly admitted that he feels that the messaging was handled very poorly, but at the same time, that's pretty poor. I mean, telling people that your device is going to be about half the cost is really not a good strategy. However, if you go back and you look, it's actually been pretty obvious that Oculus has been pushing the Rift further and further and further into hardcore gaming and very, very specialized markets rather than consumer. And the big deal about this is the GearVR. I think that the GearVR has announced, broadcast, telegraphed, if you will, already a year ago that the Rift was going to be prohibitively expensive. Why else would Oculus allow a cheaper device to come out on the market in the mid-range quality between cardboard and the Rift, if not to capture that broad market that they knew the Oculus Rift was not going to? So as a result of that, I'm going to do what I've been waiting months to do, and I'm going to give you guys a review of my favorite headset, the GearVR. So I have the GearVR Innovator Edition for the S6. The Consumer Edition is very, very similar to this. I'll go over the differences. The main difference is that it will work with all of the smartphones going forward from Oculus in the next year, the Galaxy line, that is. And without further ado, let me get out the device. So it comes with this handy-dandy carrying bag, which is great. Helps to keep the lenses dust-free and keep the device safe. It also comes with a little lens cleaning thing. Nothing special, but useful. So let's go over the device itself. So the device is basically an enhanced version of a Google Cardboard. Right? So it is a big plastic box with lenses in it, and it allows you to put your phone right in here to experience virtual reality. Now, as I said, this only works with the Galaxy phones, but that allows them to give a much higher quality experience than most of your cardboard games. People like me who are developing know exactly what the end user is going to be experiencing because we can test on the right hardware. Now, the other thing is, the real reason why you need a device like this is stabilization. So we know that when we use a device like this or like a cardboard, we're using the processor and we're using the screen in the phone. Now, what separates the gear from the cardboard is that the cardboard uses the onboard accelerometers that are built into your phone. Unfortunately, those accelerometers are not very sensitive and they're not calibrated for VR. Something like the Oculus or the GearVR solves that problem by having its own highly sensitive, highly calibrated accelerometers to track motion. This makes all of the difference in using this device in the real world. I have spent hours and hours at a time inside this headset, and it's all because when I turn my head, my virtual head turns exactly the same way. There's no jitter, there's no shaking, there's no anything except exactly what I expect. Okay, so let's go over this hardware again. So we have this thing right here. This thing is basically like a laptop touchpad. You can swipe sideways and up and down. This is one of the things that has been changed a little bit in the consumer model. The consumer model has some nice grooves in it. It also has a back button, a volume up and a volume down. That stuff's all pretty much the same. Now, the other really killer feature of this that cardboards don't have is this focus wheel right here. So as I turn this, the phone is moved forward and backward inside the headset. And so what that does is it allows the user to focus like a pair of binoculars from inside of the headset. Now, this is great because it gives the GearVR something that most other headsets don't have. A very, very wide audience of vision is able to use this. So if you have glasses, if you wear contacts, if you're nearsighted, if you're farsighted, almost every person will be able to use this device. Unlike a cardboard, which has fixed focal length, or the older Oculus, which you had to adjust manually with a coin or a screwdriver. This guy, you put it on your head, you turn the wheel, and you're in focus. For me as a developer, I've been demoing my apps on this thing for the past 6 months. It makes it amazing because I can just put it on somebody's head and they can try it. For you, it'll be the same, for your grandma, your parents, your spouse, whoever you put this on, they'll be able to enjoy it right away. Another killer feature of this device is that it has its own built-in store. You put the phone in, when you go inside, you experience a sort of a new operating system. The GearVR OS is a bunch of panels. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you because it's in here. A bunch of panels, and you look and you tap. And you look and you tap. And inside that OS, there's your library of games that you've already installed. And then there's also the whole store full of games and apps and all the other stuff. And you can browse and you can see ratings and you can rate and you can purchase stuff right there from inside the app. Now, if you want to, you can also do that through their regular Android app, but it's pretty fun browsing in VR. So keep your eyes open. My app, Sprawly, should be dropping into the GearVR store in the next couple of days as soon as it gets approved by Oculus. So until next time, I'm Eric Newman here with Bubble Life.